Hello, everyone. And I'm hearing me in several different places. Trying to turn my speaker off. It won't go off. Technical difficulties. All right, there's Cindy. And as you know, Cindy is my producer and apparently the helper of all technical difficulties. But anyways, now that I'm finally back and not hearing myself in tandem in a bazillion different ways, I am so happy that you're here. Welcome to Monday Musings with Sara. I am Sara R. Turnquist. Um, yes, I am a clean historical romance author of more than 20 books, and I am so happy that you are here with me today. And let's check in on Blue. There he is, and there's Cindy again. Hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for taking care of that. And Blue is just snoozing his little self away. Isn't he so precious? The puppy, as you may remember, we met the puppy a few times ago or a few sessions ago. His name is Duffy, and he has been a very energetic addition to all big stretch. He's been a very energetic addition to our home, but he had another one of his puppy vet appointments this morning. So my husband is with him. So Blue is taking full advantage of not having the puppy here. But I did want to say happy first week of Advent as we enter this Christmas season and celebrate Advent. I'm doing with Cindy, actually, we're studying together an Advent book by Ruth Chow Simmons. And so yesterday when I read the first edition or the first day of Advent, I'm going to find my words and we're going to have a great Monday musings today. She talked about the difference between having expectations and being expectant and waiting on the Lord. And so I really appreciated that. And I appreciated what she had to say. And it really spoke to me. I tend to be someone who has expectations of the way things are going to go. That's just part of my personality. But leaning more into being expectant on what the Lord will bring and what the Lord will give in each day feels very good to me, and leaning more that direction than leaning into my own expectations of how things will go. But today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of unplugging for creatives. I have been reading this book by Hannah Brencher, I'm going to say. Don't know how to say that last name, called The Unplugged Hours. And Cindy put that across the bottom there for you. Cultivating a life of presence in a digitally connected world. Now, I have never really felt that I am a person that is constantly plugged in to technology, even though it's strange that I say that because I'm a writer. And so I spend a lot of time with my laptop, my keyboard, my computer, all of those things. But I've never really felt like I was someone that struggled a lot with being on my phone all the time. However, once I started reading this book and spending time, dedicated time away from my phone, I have come to discover that I rely on it more than I thought I did. Basically, she took on this challenge for herself of spending 1,000 unplugged hours in a year. And this is not just like, oh, I don't think I've been on my phone in the last hour. It was like time that she set her phone to the side, out of the room, this kind of thing, and didn't spend any of that time utilizing technology. And so at the beginning of the book, she has this little chart for you to bubble in or X off or check mark or whatever you want to do to log how many unplugged hours in a year that you get in, with the idea that any is any hours that you spend unplugged, even if you don't think you can make the full 1,000 in the year, it those are additional hours that you were able to be more present with your loved ones. And so I've taken on a challenge. I'm not necessarily trying to get the 1,000 hours in, but I am making the commitment to spend time unplugged each day. And I'm really focusing more on my phone when it comes to that. And I think it's important, especially for creatives, but for everybody really, as we come to our creative time, to not have been pouring technology into ourselves. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I have understood that a lot of famous authors spend their first hours of the morning writing. That has never really worked for me because I'm not much of a morning person. I've become more so over the last several years, but sitting down and writing first thing in the morning never really appealed to me, and it has never really worked for me when I have tried it. Now, since I've started this unplugged book, I have made a concentrated effort not to look at social media or my messages or anything like that, my email, anything like that, until I get my morning writing done. And part of that is that opportunity to look at my phone is a reward of sorts for me, but also it keeps me from being influenced by a lot of the negativity and a lot of the just drama and things that can happen online, whether that's actual news or built up drama from a lot of different places. I didn't think I was getting that much influence and influx of drama, but I have found that when I don't open my phone for the first couple hours of the day, that I am able to be more present with my kids in the morning as they're getting ready and having breakfast and those kind of things. I am able to come to my writing time with a clearer mind and a mind that is more ready to write. So I actually have this box that lives in my office now. It's called Sarah's Unplugged Time. And it's a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but I ordered it on Etsy and it is big enough for my phone to fit inside. My phone is not in there right now because it's doing the blue cam. And so not only am I not having access to my phone when it's in here, but I don't even have visual access to my phone. There is some research that suggests that even when we're not on our phone, but have it next to us, like face down, even, that our brain is connected to that phone in some capacity. Now, how much I want to give credence to that research, I'm not really sure, but it doesn't hurt to put it in here so that it's out of sight, out of mind, and not affecting me regardless. So I wake up in the morning, I don't get on my phone, I leave it on the charger. And then when I come into the office, I put it immediately in this box, sits further away from me than this, and spend those first few hours just pouring into whatever pages I'm writing on that morning. And I have found that it really does help. Now, whether that's because I'm unplugged or because I'm creating a writing routine of sorts in that way, it's tough to say. Because as creatives, it is helpful for us to set the stage, if you will, for our creative time, especially as writers, to get our brains into that writing mode. I don't know how many of you have stared at a blank page for too long or have procrastinated about your writing. I know I got some people going amen on the other side of this screen, but the when we set the stage for our writing, it helps reduce the amount of time we're staring at the blank screen, the amount of time that we're procrastinating because our brains get ready to write and then we come to the keyboard prepared. So, some of the other things that I do to help set the stage for my writing is I have a candle that I only burn when I'm writing, and I have music, a playlist that I only play when I'm writing. And so, those are pulling in some of my sensory areas as well, so that I smell something that prepares me for writing. I hear something that prepares me for writing. I don't know why I needed to say that because you guys know what our senses are. You know how that connects. Anyways, so that is what I wanted to bring to you today. If you have any other thoughts of how you set the stage for your writing, or if you want to share what kind of Advent study you're doing, if any, this Christmas season, please feel free to drop those things in the comments. I always like hearing from you. And I will look forward to hearing more from you and sharing more with you next week. So let's check in on Blue really quick before we go. Where'd Blue go? There he is. I almost hate for the puppy to come home because Blue is enjoying his time so much. Hey, Blue, Blue, what you think? He thinks lots of things, but he's thinking deep thoughts right now because he is spending some unplugged time. Very important. All right. Well, I will see y'all next week.